Actually, first things first, disconnect the negative. You don't need to disconnect both. I disconnected both just because so I could move it around. I might need to get a new battery because the alternator drained the battery when I was driving. And the battery is bad anyway, so I need to replace it probably anyways. But if you're doing this just without the battery being dead or bad, and the battery is actually good, just disconnect the negative cable. You don't need to disconnect the positive, just negative, and just move it out of the way so anything won't short out. And after you get all the sensors out that you need to get out to take this off, and the Phillips screwdriver, taking the V-clamp off, you just lift it up, and everything should pull off of the thing, causing a little bit troubles right now. There you go. Then you just move all of this out of the way, and make sure to get these clamps off too. I only had one, so I'm pretty sure I forgot about this. These clamps also need to come off. You can slowly pry on it to get it out on each angle, but since I don't have two, I kind of really don't care. It really doesn't affect nothing, I hope, but we will see. I can just find these at a junkyard or something if I need them, or buy them. So I'm gonna get this off. You just get this off, this little thing off, then you take the whole thing off, then you'll get the serpentine belt off is the next thing you'll do, so you get the alternator off of the thing. Okay, so after you get all of your little intake stuff off, you have to get the belt off. So to get the belt off, you just grab a 15 and a ratchet. You don't need that much leverage. You pull on it, and you just take the belt off. But my primary goal is to take the alternator belt, or it's around the alternator. Take that one off instead of the whole thing, so I don't need to remember how it goes. But you can take the whole thing off if you want, because but the part is gonna be coming in like a couple more days. So I'm just doing this so I can just slap the alternator back in and put everything back together and be done with it. So I'm gonna put the camera down, get the belt off the alternator, and be back. So after you get the belt off of the alternator, or the belt off of every single thing, which I didn't do because I don't want to worry about it. So you have to jack up the vehicle to get to the alternator bolts. There should be 3 alternator bolts down there, which is 15s, I believe, and the back is 13. One bolt is holding the bracket in. Take the whole bracket off to make your life easier, because it's going to be hard to wiggle it out of the small space you have down there. And the 13 on the back is just connecting the wires to it. So you can take this hose off too, which I'm going to do, just because I won't be working on the car for a couple more days, and I don't want just sitting here like this. Or I could just probably close the hood like that, but I'll figure it out. You just had to jack up the vehicle. Where I'm going to jack it up is probably where I did in the oil change video, and put the jack stands right there. I won't jack it up on the other side because I probably don't have enough room over here to get the jack anyways, and it should be fine because the alternator's on this side and not that side, so I don't need to worry about nothing over there. I just need to worry about over here. So I might be jacking up the vehicle today or some other day, but I'm gonna see if I can do it right now, and if I can, I'll do it. Get the alternator off and put it back on the ground, then worry about it until I get the part, then jack it back up and get the part and put it in and everything. I'm just making this way easier for myself, so I gotta slap the alternator back on and tie everything back up. So it should be easy. I hope so. So I'll do that real quick. So what I did, I put a jack stand right there. Let me unblur this for y'all. Put a jack stand right there, and put the jack right there. So still supporting it, by the way, because I don't have another jack stand over there, so I'm still supporting the car with both things. I was about to do the other side, but like, nah, because that tire is way too flat and everything. I need to get a new tire, but I don't know when I could do that. So we're gonna get under the car, and as you get under, you see the alternator right here, and it has one bolt right there, another bolt in that little hole, and one more bolt up there. Then as you get behind it, there's, I don't know how I can show y'all, that's pretty hard to show y'all this, but you have like right behind it, there's a connector on top, and there's a connector, two connectors in the back that's held in by a bolt that you have to take off. And I just noticed everything is all like nasty and grimy down here. So my power steering rack might be going out. I don't know. That's for another video then, I guess, when I get the chance and money. So we're gonna just start taking out these bolts and try to get the connector behind here, but I'm pretty sure it'll be kind of hard to get the connector behind here because everything in the way right here. So I might need to take this off and stuff, but I'll see. And if you don't want to get all dirty, my recommendation is, especially if you're working on the floor like this. Oh, that's my bolt I lost last night. I'm trying to take off the battery. I found it, okay? If you don't want to get dirty, put a cardboard box. That's an obvious thing. If you're working on a floor like this, like with mud and dirt and grime, and you don't want to get your clothes dirty. You'll get dirty either way, but like at least not get as dirty at least. So we're gonna see if I can take the connector out from under here and stuff with all this stuff right here. I don't know how to take this off, but I'll figure that out. It looks like it just held in by like a clip or something like that. But I'll see if I can get my hand behind this to get everything else off, because you can see that a wire right there is connecting something behind here, which probably the alternator is getting connected to. So I'll see. It's pretty dirty down here. I might need to clean before I do anything. So what I would do, if you cannot see the connectors like on mine, it's kind of hard to see the connectors if you try to go back there. And by the way, there's a transmission line that just slides in this little clip right here, and it's held on by this bolt. So remember that it held on by this bolt, and you just slide it in there in the transmission line like that. So there's a bolt right here that's holding the whole bracket on, and there's a bolt right here that's holding the alternator on, and right here the alternator is also getting held on by this bolt. But if you try to feel back here, I don't feel where the connector is. But I do it by feel. I feel one right there. It's kind of hard to show y'all because I don't have much room to do with stuff back here. But there might be connected right here. I'm pretty sure because there's a wire in the connector. So you just take these two connectors out first because you buy the thing, or you can set on the sway bar where I've seen some people do. But I'll get a rag and clean all this up first before I take anything out because my hands are pretty dirty already. So I figured this is the first time for me doing this, so bear with me. So this cover is just screwed on by these little tabs that you can just screw off. So you just screw them off like so. If this line can move out of my way, it's right there. And I'm gonna clean every single part before I obviously put it back in the car. But just for now, all these could go off. So I got that bolt unloosened and kind of clean, as you can see. But you can see right there. But all this need to be cleaned. So before I put any alternator back on, I'm gonna clean every single thing down here, so it could at least be clean enough so I can see if there's any really leaks down here, because this is probably all old, but it looks kind of new. So this should slide right off. If it doesn't want to cause me problems today, slide off, bruh. Okay, let me put the camera down. I'll be back. Okay, so I took the little piece off right there. You don't need it necessarily, because the video I watched didn't have that on it, and it made it difficult. So if you get under here, you see there's no piece right here. There's more area to work and get your hands everywhere. Like you actually see back there the wire you need to take out and everything. So you don't need that piece, because just, I guess you could say weight reduction, I guess, but that's what my stepdad said. So so we're gonna get to taking the bolts out, taking the electrical connections out first. Then after I get everything out, I'll clean the area. Then I have to wait 4 days for the thing. So, get to it. So if y'all get down here, this little rubber piece right here. There's a rubber piece right there blocking the. This is the ground to it, or the power, you could say. I can't get my camera in there, but it's a 13 millimeter. I'm pretty sure. On the back is the ground. You take it off. It has 2 wires connected to it, but they both go on together the same way. Then there should be one more connection on top of the alternator that you have to just clip. It's a clip, so you just pull out. So I'll do that and get the alternator out. Sorry about that. So there's 3 bolts right here. 3 bolts. The 3 in the front, right? And there's one 13 millimeter all the way in the back, right behind it. Then after that, it should fall out. You bring it to the front, lay it on the sway bar, so you disconnect the wires that's connected to it in the back, because it's kind of hard to get it without it having enough space. So I'm gonna go do that real quick and take it out, and hopefully I get it on Sunday alternator, because that's when I have more time to do it. So okay, finally I got it off of its hinges, but now what we need to do is go behind here. I don't know if y'all can see. It's kind of hard to show y'all. Like, go behind here and disconnect the connectors back there. You see that connector, right? Let me see if I can get under here more. Okay, connector right here. This little thing. It's like a ground power type deal. And there's one on top of here. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to separate the alternator from the bracket, even because I'm replacing the alternator either way. So it's going to be easier in the long run. So I'll separate the bracket. Is that a crack in it? Oh. And it's leaking from somewhere. Okay, but I'll figure that out. So I'll separate the alternator from the bracket and take the alternator out. Then when I get the new alternator, slap it back in, put the connections in, and put everything up together, and the car should start perfectly fine, hopefully. So I'll be back then. So things didn't turn out how I wanted to. The bolt, somebody, I guess, messed with it before. And let's see, let's try to get a better angle for you. Or zoom in better. So you see down there, there's a bolt. There's 2 bolts. So there's one bottom, one top. And every time I spun this, it spun that. So whoever put 2 bolts onto this is dumb, just because. Or maybe it's supposed to be like that. Or and maybe this one is a stripped. Because when I was spinning it, was spinning the electrical connection to a point where it snapped. So I need to crimp another ground to the electrical connection on it, and it should be fine, hopefully. But that's for another day. I'm getting a whole new alternator anyways, and look how dirty this one is anyway, so like it sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Okay, let me show y'all before I end today, because it got dark. But I'm ending today until I get the new alternator, right? Because the bolt, I don't know if it's supposed to have 2 bolts in it. Like, all the videos I watched, they said, oh, just screw it off. Just screw it off. Nope, it was spinning the whole entire time. I don't know if you can get a wrench or pliers back there to hold the bolt. You can't get nothing. But if you go down here, I know it's dirty on the floor, but still, you see, let me adjust it a little bit. You see that? The top piece right there where it's connected to the thing snapped off. But I think that's easy to fix, because I just need to take it off or cut the wire. But I don't want to cut the wire. I'll try my best to take it off, but we'll see. But that's the end of this video for at least today. Now I can jack up my car again and get off the jack stands. Then come back and have a game plan for the other part I'm gonna do. So I'll see y'all then in a couple days. Okay, so we got the alternator here. We got the alternator. I'll try to open it with one hand, but it's gonna be hard. I'll just set it down. So we got the alternator right here. I'm gonna be putting it in today because it's pretty late. I want to get off work at 3 o'clock. so I could put it in, but they didn't let me because I had to get off at 5. So we're gonna open this up. If I can lift it open. Okay, there we go. Why did it open? So it looks like every other alternator, obviously. I didn't get nothing special. Nothing that special. So just like a regular alternator. Obviously brand new. I didn't want to get used. And see, this is how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to have a washer. Does it come with one? Let's see. I thought it came with the ground that I need. See that back nut right here? It's not supposed to spin at all. It's not supposed to spin. So what we're gonna do is just leave this on there so we won't lose it. And I'll clean up some more parts before I put it in. Make sure everything's right. Then in a little bit I should be putting this in. It looks the same. Has this, has the connection. You always make sure it's the same thing. It spins smoothly. There's nothing wrong with it. So we're gonna put this back in the box and we will get to working on it. By the way, this was $65. I paid for it, brand new and everything. $65 off of eBay. So I'll be back soon. Okay, I cut myself trying to get the line off, but I just said screw it. Got the new alternator. I'm trying to do this before it gets dark, so I'm trying to rush. I didn't clean the bracket off very good. You can't see up there very good, so let me get some light. Okay, that's a little bit better. I got the bolt started with the tensioner. I just need to put all the bolts in with the alternator, connect all the lines, and it should be good. This is going in last because I need to just get the alternator in and worry about that later, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I just got my car running. It runs pretty good after everything I did to it. There's no alternator problems anymore, hopefully. The gauge is messed up right here, as you can see. I don't know what that could be of. It's just not reading the proper speed. So I don't know if it's going to fix itself or not, but we will see. It probably could have the battery disconnected for a long time. I need to relearn the process of the gauge or something. So we're going to check into here. Running pretty good. I've had it running a long time to get the alternator charged. And the alternator sounds good. Everything sounds good. Everything's up. Running. Now I'm going to wash it, because look how dirty it is. Like, that's even after 2 weeks, basically. Look how dirty it got. This tire was on a flat, but I filled it up. And that's it. This is the end of this video. It might be another video of me that's working on something on this car. I don't know, because I'm almost done paying people off, and just need to, after I get done paying people off, it's all about this car and saving up to move out or whatever I'll do next. So that's it with this video, and hope y'all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and comment, and just tell me other stuff I should do with my Camaro that's pretty cheap or free, because I don't have money like that right now. So yeah, see you in the next video.